issue ya graph naireta sana iliachia, especially from the time that the president did his press briefing using graphs, and so it has sparked some serious debate, especially in the society. And so this is what Father Salanget had to say.
GDP, Millennium Development Goals, Zambia will reach sub-Saharan. Zambia reaching Amasapuyan. Narumba ma graph. Kwa misi graph, kwa misi ruto shigawamaje. Kwa misi kutiafi, kwa jack, ruto shigawamaje. Nilipate mwareno. Kuisa panish, not graph. No. Hata ukwete wani ubunga Mzambia tapale fyo yai so mulewewa kawabi.
The CDF from 1.6 million to 28.3 million kwacha per year per constituency. Do your numbers. Let me remind those who don't like graphs and numbers. You can't run a country without numbers. You cannot run a country without numbers. Then you are a joker. You are just a joker, because you cannot run a country without knowing that if you borrow too much and you consume that money, you get into a debt trap. You have to calculate. You must put most of that money into revenue generating. When you revenue generate, you can then support CDF to a tune of 28.3 million kwacha. That's how it works. You need to know the numbers. Please. You need to know the numbers. You need to work out what the weather is likely to be before November so you can plan properly. And as the drought comes, you do need numbers, please. Otherwise, people perish. I was on the farm when someone was preaching, talking about graphs and numbers. All we were showing is that this is how we have moved from independence to where we are now. And there's something wrong there which we need to change. That graph shows us that we've not been making the right economic and social decision. Now we must make the right decision. We made the right decisions by introducing CDF at this level, 28.3 million kwacha. And you will see that this number, these graphs will show by 2026, you will see that there will be desks in classrooms. No child will be sitting on the floor. You will see that maternity wings are there and there's water. You will see that the children who were not in school will be in school. You will see that there are enough classroom spaces. That is what numbers do if you know how to use them. But if you fear numbers, we have introduced free education. We can send you back to school and learn some more.
At the close, my dear young people, I wish to state and defend all priests in the Archdiocese of Lusaka in particular, and in the world in general. A priest is not a joker, for heaven's sake. A priest is not a joker, for heaven's sake. A priest is a shepherd of God's people, and he lives among his sheep. He knows his sheep as well as their needs, and when he speaks from an informed perspective. If you ignore his message, you ignore it at your own peril. Apropos, a joker is a comedian. A joker is a comedian who performs for amusement and at a fee. And once he is done, he is paid and he goes off his way. I asked the people of God to judge who is a real joker, a priest? Amen.
The priest himself should know that the majority of the people in his congregation, and here we are talking about a congregation in Chawama, there are a lot of poor people in that congregation, and it is those same poor people's offerings and tithes that sustain the priest. Those poor people, every other Sunday, they come to church with gifts in form of food, foodstuffs, cooking oil, meal, eggs, goats, and all those things are presented and given to the priest, and they live on that. Why should the same priest in turn, turn and castigate or say these people are poor, and why should and blame government for it? I think rather than look to government for everything, we must know that as Christians and as clergymen and women, we have a responsibility to help our
Now, after all of this, people are saying, no, but Father, I think he is one of the Christians for Lungu, and especially that there is a photo circulating on social media where I was with Tasira Lungu. So people are saying, no, he's a pure kada, and things like that. There are a lot of comments, so I think we just need to read some of them. The issue here is simple. If that father used a different language and tone, it wouldn't have been criticized, and cause used that is seen to be something else. Imakando used English with of soft tone. Who criticized him? No one. And so this is what this one had to say. And the other one was saying, politics in church, do the work you were called to do. Please, can the fathers who mean well discipline this guy? Foolish father letting down the church. Please, can the fathers that mean well do discipline him? Quite harsh, These are Christians for Chitech. We know, and we are not moved. This is what this one had to say. I think this doesn't really just look good. We need to do something, all right? And so another comment is this one. Instead of preaching the word of God, but do politics in church. People think he's just politicking. Father Kada, this is what this one is saying. Father Kada, free things in Zambia. But the question is, where are we going? For how long are we going to maintain this status quo? I think we need to call on relevant stakeholders, relevant people to come on board and just quench this unnecessary fire. We don't need it. We can always work together with even divergent views.